My fellow Americans, let me first welcome you to my little corner of the world soapbox. Here on this digital highway of information and opinion, one has the opportunity to express themselves in a multiplicity of ways, from the news of the day to the visual arts to social views and commentary. My name is Alan Guess, and I'm here to express my thoughts about something in this great nation of ours that seems to be out of balance in today's society. Something that, quite frankly, stinks. Have we been lulled into apathy? I have heard it said over and over again by the very politicians we have elected and trusted to run this great government of ours that we are a nation of laws. But do they say this out of sincerity or only when it serves their interests? Well, I say later on, let's put the statement to the smell test, because we are a nation of laws. And in this nation of laws, no one is supposed to be above the law. Yet on October 1st, 2013, several congressmen elected to shut down the government because they didn't like a particular law that went into effect on that date, thus becoming the law of the land. That law, the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, has been a thorn in the side of Republicans and Tea Party conservatives since its inception by President Barack Obama. At least 51 times, the Republican Party and conservative factions in Congress have sought to repeal and defund this law, with nothing to replace it, thereby wasting millions of taxpayer dollars. So members of the Republican Party in both the House of Representatives and the Senate opted to close the government in hopes of getting their way. They held this nation hostage for 16 days with no regard for the law. Afterwards, they said it was a bad idea, but not before furloughing 800,000 government employees and costing the country billions of dollars for their folly. That brings us to the reason for my message. Yes, we are a nation of laws, and it is said that no one is above the law. Here is where we put those statements to the test. In shutting down the government, those congressmen responsible for this reckless and thoughtless act broke the law. Under another law of the land, 18 U.S.C. 2384, seditious conspiracy, those elected officials taking part in the government shutdown were and still are in violation of that law. I will state the part of 18 U.S.C. 2384 that applies to the current and present violation by those House and Senate Republicans. And I quote, "If two or more persons in any state or territory or in any place subject to the jurisdiction of the United States conspire to oppose by force the authority thereof, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States, contrary to the authority thereof, they shall each be fined under this title, or imprisoned not more than 20 years, or both." End quote. Yet these congressmen count on you to be too ignorant to understand the gravity of this law. And I say, we should not dumb down for them. I only read the portion of that law that applies to this violation committed by the congressman responsible for shutting down the government, because that's the portion of the law that they broke. They deliberately tried to obstruct the implementation of a law of the land by force. Shutting down the government is an act of force. Whether you like the law in question or not, the fact is these men blatantly and without shame broke the law and brought unnecessary hardship on the nation. And I'm not going to forget that, and I think you shouldn't either. I ask you, are they better than you? Are they above the law because they hold the title of congressman or senator? Are they not subject to the same laws as you and I? These people hold one distinction that separates them from us. We trusted them enough to elect them to public office to serve the public good, and they ran recklessly over that trust, ignoring the responsibility we gave them with our votes. They broke the law, and they threw the American people under the bus. And for what? A bad idea? A bad idea they hope can be swept under the rug and forgotten, and they be given a pass with no penalty? That stinks. You should be mad as hell. You should be angry beyond words. You should be way more than a little pissed. You should be calling the Department of Justice nonstop for their heads. And the fact that you don't is disturbing, because we are a nation of laws, and no one is above the law. If you and I broke the law, we're going to jail. My name is Alan Guess, and you can mark my words. Share me with a friend who really does give a damn.